Hello, everyone. This is Bochechman Ebenezer, and you are with Dreams Consoles online tuition program. In this video, I show you IELTS assessment criteria for speaking. There are 4 assessment criteria for speaking, and these are fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Let's look at each of these ones in detail. First of all, we have the fluency part of fluency and coherence. Fluency and coherence seeks to measure how long you can speak with little or minimal or no, hesitation and mistakes. Okay, so is the length of your speech devoid of hesitation and errors? Now, if you want to be fluent, then first of all, you must therefore check your speed of speech. You should not be slow when you're talking. Slowness, which comes about by hesitation, is what we're talking about here. Pausing unnecessarily and delaying before uttering words, letting time pass between the examiner's question and what you're saying. All of these ones makes you slow. So by speed of speech, we talk about using techniques of connected speech to be able to speak fluently without delay. Okay, so you should have speed of speech. Number 2, we talk about length of answer. You do not give short answers. In your speaking, if you get a lot of marks, then you have to be able to give communicative answers rather than short, uncommunicative answers. Answers are communicative when they are lengthy enough and they make the person you are communicating with engage in your communication, because the answers you are giving are interesting, okay, and they are inviting. All right. So for instance, I shouldn't just giving yes, no, yes, no, of course. Those answers, no. After I've said yes and no, I have to go ahead to explain why yes or why no, and that will make me speak at length. It is when you speak at length that you give yourself a better opportunity to be assessed. It looks as if that when you don't speak at length, then you are not fluent and you're trying to be dodgy about it so that nobody sees it. Okay, so you have to be spontaneous in your responses if you want to be fluent. Any fluent person does not wait for the examiner, does not wait so much time after the examiner has finished asking the question. As soon as the examiner asks the question, you have to answer spontaneously. All right, even though you have to think so fast, and tricks as regards how you can be thinking and how you can answer the question while you are thinking. Now you have to avoid hesitation, as I've said. Don't delay in talking. Let there not be a vacant time where you are not uttering any word. Okay, so you have to also speak effortlessly. Fluency here also checks how natural speech is with you. You shouldn't struggle to produce whatever you're producing. You are producing. It should come so easily. You also have to learn to pause correctly. English is a rhythmic language, and so in the fluent person knows when to pause and when not to. All of that helps make their speech communicative and very interesting. Then coherence simply talks about the ability of whatever you've written to be easily understood. Any coherent person or speech, answers questions directly. So before you go ahead to explain, and let's say, do you like crowded places? You first of all should go ahead to answer directly by saying yes or no before you go to explain. Now, you also have to explain and give relevant examples to your position. So if I said yes, I like crowded places, I should be able to easily explain what I mean by that with some few sentences. Then I give an example of why I like crowded places. Then we have connected sentences and using cohesive devices and connectors. You have to be able to connect or weave your whole speech together. Speech, your speech is composite. They're not, your sentences must not look independent of each other. You must be able to weave your sentences together by using cohesive devices like therefore, first of all, second, third, again, moreover, on the contrary, however, all these are words you use to make your speech easily understood. Okay, so here on your screen are lots of examples of connected devices, of linking phrases and words. You can pause it and look at them carefully. Okay, so coherence simply means your speech is easy to understand. Anybody listening to your conversation doesn't struggle to understand you because you have, one, you give good examples and you explain your points in detail so that they are easily understood. You back them with explanation and you connect your whole speech together as one, right? Lexical resource basically is about vocabulary. So how much vocabulary do you have and how accurately are you able to use those vocabularies? So by lexical resource, we are looking at your range of vocabulary, how many English words you have. That is what we are looking at, okay? And how are you able to paraphrase? If you're going to show that you have great lexical results, then you should be able to paraphrase the examiner's words. In your speaking, you don't have to repeat the words the examiner uses in asking you questions. For instance, if he asks you about your favorite book, you want to talk about the novel you like best. Okay, so in place of favorite, we talk about like best. In place of book, we talk about, let's say, a novel. It could be a poem or any other thing, but don't repeat exactly all the words that he uses in asking the question. Paraphrase them. All right, to paraphrase is to say the same thing in your own words. Then we have to use appropriate or apt register. Apt means suitable. Okay, so there are many words for different contexts. Okay, if you go to school, by register we mean that there is a word. Every word has the place where it is used, the field where it is used. Syllables is used in education, and it is the list of subjects or courses or things which are on offer to be taught in an academic year or in a school program. Menu, on the other hand, is the same thing. It also shows what's on offer. Yet we use menu at the restaurant or the hotel, and we don't use menu in the school. Okay, so whether you use menu or syllables, the two of which are the same things, will depend on what uh, area you're talking about, whether you're talking in the context of restaurant or in the context of education. So that is what we mean by register. By register, we mean that there are appropriate words for each context, for each field. Okay. Then we come to grammatical range and accuracy. This talks about your overall grammar, how correct your tenses are, how you really are able to speak without grammatical errors. Okay, so your concord is intact, and it also talks about your ability to use a variety of sentence structures. By this one, we mean that you should be able to use a blend of simple sentences, compound sentences, compound complex, and complex sentences. You should not be using only one type, of sentence. If you do that, then your grammar is weak. Also, you shouldn't be making too much grammatical errors. Okay, so once again, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you perfectly understood it. For more, you can contact Dreams Console on any day. Thank you.